Well, hello, old friends, and welcome back to the channel. Great news, everyone. It's Babylon 5 time, and this time we're watching Season 4, Episode 8 already, The Illusion of Truth. An incredible season amidst an incredible series. I cannot wait to see where they go, so wait no longer, we shall. If you could do me a quick favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel, and it allows me to alert you next time it's time for Babylon 5. Or any of our sci-fi fare. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. If you're not a fan of Patreon, consider YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes at least a day early. But my dear friends, all that is then and this is now, and what is now? Now it's time to take to the stars as we go back to Babylon 5 under the command of John Sheridan as we watch Season 4, Episode 8, The Illusion of Truth. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go! You playing with your toys again, John? Damn it. We got stuff to do.
Feels strange to have the place this empty.
It's the war room. The war's over.
Says you. Any more ships come in from Earth?
Just a couple of scavengers, no loyalties to anyone back home. Alien traffic's the same as ever. But as far as Earth goes, this quarantine's got us pretty much shut down. Now without that revenue, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, we'll get by. We always have. This place has been declared dead more times than Lazarus, but we keep coming back.
Well, Lazarus was only once, so I think.
Right before we broke away from Earth last year, I talked to my dad. I couldn't say much, but he could see what was coming.
Haven't heard from him, I bet.
Since then, we've passed a few messages back and forth.
Oh, okay, good.
Well, his last letter mentioned something about some strangers hanging around town asking questions about me, the family, the farm.
Do you think President Clark would use your family to get to you?
Hell yes.
Possible.
No, that's a probable.
You tell me about your dad. He's a smart guy. He can take care of himself.
Rance Howard, baby.
Being a former diplomat, he's too visible to just...
Oh, I think they told us that. I forgot.
Some problems in customs, but Zach's on it. You know, the more that I think about it, the more I'm glad that we picked him to take over security when Garibaldi left. We haven't had a major incident yet.
Meanwhile, right, let's jinx it.
Well, then let's open them up.
Hey, that's private property. We've got rights here.
What you're gonna have is my foot 16 inches up your butt if you don't get that.
16 inches. All right, Zach. He's coming back.
You're crazy.
Yes, I am.
File a report with your superior officer.
I am my superior officer.
Check the box.
Yes, sir. Good shot, Chief.
Good shot, Ramirez. Already one of my favorites. Great shot, Chief. Oh. Hey, what you doing there?
It's a camera.
That's right. A camera. It goes with the territory. I'm a reporter, and this is my crew. And you just made the evening news.
Hi, Mom. We're in the credits. Why do you always, at the top of an episode, if you say stuff like, boy, I can't believe we've had a couple down days, or boy, things are quiet today, or hey, Zach hasn't had any incidents yet as the chief of security. It's a damning statement. And I know JMS does it deliberately. He gives those dialogue lines to his characters.
The year is 2261. The place?
Babylon 5. Oh my God, I love the show. I mean, we knew Earth was coming. We knew it. We knew that they were going to do something to Babylon 5. I thought they were going to try to take it back. And unfortunately, I guess without Earth, I mean, the whole diplomacy mission is sort of kaput. As security chief, Zach Allen. Nice. I'm going to tell you what, you do something to Sheridan's dad, God have mercy on your soul. And his parents, his family, you're going to pick a fight with Starkiller? Lord almighty.
Well, we've got some problems with the telepaths locked up in cryogenic freeze.
What's up?
Then take what you need. I hope you can help them, Stephen. I hate to keep them frozen like this.
I don't think we have much choice. All that leftover shadow technology still in their heads. They're a menace to themselves and to other people.
And Zahadoom's gone.
You fight a war, and everyone forgets the people that get caught in the middle. Something tells me we'll be dealing with this legacy the Shadows left behind for a long, long time.
Hopefully not 1,000 years.
I thought we saw the worst of it with the Shadows, the Vorlons, the war. There's something far worse than the Shadows.
The press.
Reporters.
Right. Come on, John. That's a bit of an
Captain Sheridan,
exaggeration.
Dan Randall, ISN News. Thank goodness someone reasonable to talk to.
Hi, Dan Randall.
She threatened to grab me by the collar and throw me out an airlock if I didn't turn over a full manifest of our equipment.
Unauthorized shipments are a threat to station security. We had to.
Commander, we can't afford to take perfectly good clothing and throw it out into space. Always take the jacket off first. I've told you that before. Sorry, she meant to say stripped naked and thrown out an airlock. I apologize for any confusion this may have caused.
Why did we agree to this? We know that they're a puppet station for Clark.
Maybe I should start again.
Go right ahead.
We changed the manifest because we knew if you found out we were a news crew, you wouldn't let us on the station.
You are correct.
Everyone knows that ISN is a propaganda arm for President Clark. You didn't come here to do an objective story.
The objective journalist is one of those great myths you read about, like a griffin or a phoenix or an honest politician. Everybody's got an agenda, whether they admit it or not.
What's yours then, Randall?
You're absolutely right about ISN, which is why most of us quit as soon as Clark took over.
You quit
But a
ISN?
few of us stayed on, figuring we could try to slip the truth in quietly,
Bullshit.
just as much as I can without getting into trouble. But even a little truth is better than none.
Oh, I don't trust this guy at all. At all.
If you work with us, we can try to get your side of things across to the viewers. We'll have to be careful.
He's telling them everything he wants to hear because they got caught trying to sneak in. Come on now.
We'll do the story anyway, and there'll be nobody to represent your point of view. Now, is that really what you want?
What do we care? You're going to print, say whatever you want anyway. I'm not going to give you a soundbite that you can manipulate.
It's been in my family for generations. Mr. Garibaldi, please, can you help me?
This statue, no intrinsic value?
Oh, no, none whatsoever.
This is a Drazi statue. It's Shokalat, one of the minor deities. You said the maker. And what better hiding place than a statue to a god your own people would avoid and the scavengers would ignore, because we all know that most Drazi statues have no actual value.
How much do you want?
500 credit deposit, 20% of everything you find inside this thing.
10.
15, I'll let you walk out of here without telling the Drazi you've been poking holes in the deities.
Done.
You could have saved yourself a whole lot of time by just starting with that.
Well, I served my time in hell. Now I get to make my own life. Why is that so strange?
Where's the bike?
Yep, works every time. Speak the devil's name, and he shall appear.
Oh, John's the devil now?
We need Mr. Randall to believe that everything he sees and hears is the truth and not trumped up for his benefit. You could help ease his mind.
Then I am happy to serve.
Are you Lanier? That was the most hesitant I've ever heard you. Damn, they have never gotten along. Never. I don't understand the play here. I mean, I know that he was conditioned, brainwashed, whatever you want to call it, programmed, potentially a new personality.
As we docked, I saw an alien ship being fixed outside.
Many ships belonging to the League of Non-Aligned Worlds were damaged during the recent war.
And do they pay for these repairs?
Only for the actual material used. The time needed to make the repairs is donated freely.
That's very generous.
It's the least we could do.
I'm going to crush this thing. How expensive is it? There you go, Lanier.
People who come here in search of a better life and then find themselves stranded when they run out of money.
So they're exploited.
Sometimes, yes. The captain stops it when he hears...
Lanier is a really good person to do this.
Doctor! Yeah? This is Dr. Stephen Franklin. In addition to his other duties, he operates a free clinic for these people. Doctor, this is Dan Randall. He's a journalist from Earth.
Bit busy here. Yeah,
Dr. Franklin, the cryo units are ready for restart.
I'll be right there.
Oh, shit. Shit. Damn it.
You do not understand the nature of my concern, Captain.
Oh, what bad timing.
No, I said it was cold.
As in, oh, look, my left arm has snapped off like an icicle. You're right. There are several other parts of your body I'd much rather see snapped off. I see. Well, your sense of humor is very funny.
Oh, boy. This is awful. That was the worst countdown I've ever seen. Let's get the guy who's never done it.
We'll rejoin Earth Alliance as soon as President Clark rescinds the martial law decree and steps down.
And you still contend that Clark is responsible for the death of former President Luis Santiago?
Santiago was an impediment to Clark's plans.
He was working with the Shadow.
Must strike you as very confusing.
Not at all. This sort of thing happens everywhere. Which I suppose is good, that it gives all races something in common.
Huh.
And bad, for much the same reason.
For much the same reason. Uh-oh.
I see the two of you have become very close over the last few years.
Oh, boy. Why are we doing with this? This is the dumbest move.
Well, as relationships go, you certainly have the odds against you. You were both on different sides during the Minbari War, and I'm sure there are other forces constantly pulling at you.
Present company included.
The heart does as the heart does.
And if others don't understand.
This guy's actually good. Randall's good.
We will make them understand.
Then you're not concerned about the possible repercussions.
They're going to take that soundbite and make them understand.
There's no force in this galaxy that can stop what we have done here together. Nothing will be able to stop us.
My God, you guys are giving them sound bites. They're going to butcher this thing. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. You can see it. You can see it. You can manipulate this thing to make it sound like we're coming for Earth. We're going to kill you.
Can I talk to you for a moment?
No.
Where's your entourage?
Picking up some background shots of the station for editing later. I understand you recently resigned as head of security for Babylon 5.
That's right.
Would you like to talk about it?
Not especially.
You're the only one of the inner circle who's been here ever since Babylon 5 went online. You have a unique perspective. Look, you can talk about anything you want. Your time here, what you did during the war, your co-workers, President Clark.
We'll butcher it to make it fit our own narrative.
You've got a free shot.
I cannot believe everybody bought into this shit. Jesus, Mike, I thought you were better than this, man. You can't see what he's doing?
Looks like you had the same idea I did.
Who's got time for dinner these days? I just figured I'd grab something to eat while we watch the Stellar Cast.
You are not going to be hungry about 2 seconds into it.
Do you have the same ugly feeling I have about all this? I mean, we both know there's going to be some bias here.
Well, that's another reason I went along with this. We knew they were going to take a shot at us sooner or later. Might as well get it all out in the open, see what they've got.
You don't want to give them...
Anything we said, we kept down to short declarative sentences, make it harder for them to quote us out of context.
Yeah.
We didn't have a big crisis while they were here. What can they do to us?
Oh, get ready.
Let's see what's on. With our luck, it'll probably be a commercial.
You all need to hire Londo as your PR specialist. Oh, boy. Get ready, everybody. Let's just grab a drink and watch this, shall we?
President Clark announced today that Earth Force troops have now reclaimed 75% of the colony, which broke away in an act of sedition 259 days ago. Today, to the cheering of its citizens, they liberated New Vegas and Flinttown.
Right.
The first day of testimony confirms what President Clark announced late last year, that these and other fields have been infiltrated by alien sympathizers.
Oh, my God.
I voluntarily confess.
Oh, yeah, it looks voluntary.
Using my trivids to convey messages of rebellion, disregard for authority.
Wow. My God.
I apologize to my family.
Oh, this is so irritating to watch.
In 2018, the foundation for Luna Colony was laid in the Sea of Tranquility.
Yeah, we're being a little lazy.
100 years ago today, the Psi-Corps was created.
Good evening, I'm Dan Randall.
Hey, Dan. Let's see this hatchet piece.
They believed it would put the safety of myself and our news crew in jeopardy.
And boy, did it.
Still, nothing could have prepared us for what we found.
Oh, my God. Oh, it's going to be so frustrating. Oh, dear Jesus.
The conditions inside Babylon 5 are another matter altogether.
Down below.
The better quarters are reserved for high-ranking alien guests and those who run the station built with the tax dollars of many of these citizens. Any attempt at protest is cruelly put down, and those responsible are sedated and taken away. The question is, taken where?
Jesus God almighty.
Even the station's renegade leader, John Sheridan, appeared subservient to the tempers of alien representatives.
Hey, Dan, why isn't there any audio?
Dr. William Nduri is Dean of Psychiatry at Harvard Medical School and a leading expert on xenopsychology and Minbari War Syndrome.
He's here to feed you some bullshit.
You've seen the same footage I have. What's your analysis?
It's awful. This is the irritating episode, I guess.
Well, as I said, many who fought the Minbari during the war felt they were up against a vastly superior technological force. And in fact, at that time and under that administration, that was correct.
Oh my God, right. The new administration has jumped us a couple hundred years in tech.
We have the cargo cult, which saw airplanes during the 20th century and assumed they and their pilots were gods. It's much the same thing.
Sigh.
Cause a person to turn against his own people.
But of course.
But it caused many humans to turn against the belief systems they had been raised with. Even turn violent.
Thank you, Dr. Nduri.
Now, if you'll excuse me, Randall, I must away to my coffin.
This puzzle started to come together when our cameras happened to overhear what would turn out to be a very important conversation.
It's cryogenics? Here we go.
Yeah,
Dr. Franklin, the cryo units are ready for restart.
I'll be right there.
A small piece of conversation, overheard by chance. We'll find out what those few words really mean when we come back.
Let's cut back to John's office where he's destroyed everything.
ISN special report on Babylon 5 continues.
I wish it wouldn't. I know it's going to happen.
This warship is part of a fleet created by Sheridan and Minbari Ambassador Delenn and was used in their recent military campaign.
Against where they won?
Babylon 5 was fully armed with state-of-the-art weapons systems just prior to breaking away from Earth. Weapons used to destroy our own ships.
Oh boy.
I see the two of you have become very close over the last few years.
Oh my God.
Yes, very.
Any truth to the rumors you might eventually
John,
know?
this is on you. Delenn has no idea what this is like. She's been foiled by the press before.
It will be a struggle.
A struggle against Earth?
Of course. If they don't understand, we will make them understand.
Anything that gets in the way disappears.
You guys didn't see this shit coming? Come on. So frustrating. My least favorite episode, because I'm frustrated.
Nothing will be able to stop us.
Nothing will stop what we have done here together. If this sounds troubling, there may be good reason.
Get ready for Garibaldi's
I managed
cut
to
up.
speak with Michael Garibaldi,
Here we go.
former head of security for the station.
I should write this. I could write this piece. ISN piece written by Greg.
I don't know, he's just different since he got back from alien space. Sometimes he thinks he's the second comet. He has like a god complex. You can't talk to him anymore. He doesn't listen. Look, I just wasn't comfortable with the situation anymore. He thinks he knows what's best for everybody else. Now, maybe that goes with being a CEO, but this...
With information we received from sources aboard Babylon 5, we were able to slip into a restricted area on the station.
I'm sure you were.
What you are about to see may shock you.
If you showed me something benign, that would shock me.
We've just seen several stretchers with unconscious humans moving down this hall to a room at the far end. We're trying to get a better look. There are at least 20 or 30 of these units here, and these names.
Dude, don't show names.
Names do not appear on any of the passenger, crew, or travelogues.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Now we can begin to see a picture forming. An imprisoned population of humans, powerless, homeless.
It's up to Earth to save them.
When they do vanish, they're taken away by medical personnel, stored in cryogenic suspension, and taken out as needed.
This is John, this is your fault, bud. You should have literally thrown this guy off the ship.
Alien ships are being built, repaired, and equipped outside the station.
Preparing for an attack against Earth.
You don't assemble a fleet unless you intend to use it. We believe that answer will shock some of you, horrify others, and anger all of you. We'll have that And some concluding thoughts.
My God, this wins most frustrating episode by a country mile.
Then you don't use cryogenic suspension to freeze patients for work later?
Very rarely, and only in extreme cases.
And at the moment?
No, we don't have anyone in cryo right now.
No one.
That's right.
Rule number 3. People only lie when they have something to hide. We know there are humans in cryo at Babylon 5. We saw them, as did you.
Rule number 3. Allow me to refute it with a statement.
The worship of alien races turns into a kind of self-hatred. We
Oh
have had cases of self-mutilation, attempts to look more alien, and some cases that, well, these are too extreme for your audience to...
No, we can't talk about it. We just can't talk about it.
So you're saying that Captain Sheridan could be sick, mentally disturbed?
It's almost a certainty.
But yes, that would be my assessment based on what I've seen here.
And if he is unstable, that might make it easier for others to use him for their own purposes.
Of course. If only Earth could do something about this.
And more prone to obey orders from aliens.
Thank you, Dr. Inderi.
Back to your coffin with you.
And this is the key. The key to medical experiments conducted on humans kept in cryogenic freeze. The key to
Lynn gets shit on by the press 100% of the time.
A program to mix human and Minbari DNA sounds absurd, fantastic. But it's already been done once. Delin has shown him the way.
Yes, that's the way.
If it's good enough for the woman he loves, why not everyone else? And if we choose not to cooperate, if we do not see the wisdom in his...
To the cryotubes with you.
Is this the face of humanity's future? Sheridan's future?
Dan, go f*** yourself. Oh, sorry.
It is my belief that he is not an evil person. He only needs our help to come back to us.
Oh my God, this is so frustrating.
Add to that the pressures of command and the loss of his family's home when their farm was burned to the ground last week. His father's still missing.
You sons of bitches. John, this is you, buddy. You agreed to this. John, what a mistake, man. What a terrible, terrible mistake. They were going to do something anyway, but you provided them with visuals. Oh. All right, everybody. We just finished watching Babylon 5, Season 4, Episode 8, The Illusion of Truth, and the only thing left to do is talk about it. All right, everybody. We just finished The Illusion of Truth, the 8th episode of the 4th season of Babylon 5. This is going to be the shortest I've ever talked after one of these episodes. First, foremost, and forever, this is definitely my least favorite Babylon 5 episode. Now, do we get information and all that great stuff? Absolutely. Is it poorly written? Absolutely not. This was just, it was my least favorite because of it was frustrating. To be very frank, I don't understand why John agreed to this. Because to have John agree to this, especially after in the past, Babylon 5 has been, not necessarily a hit piece, but we definitely had some press problems, let's just say. And to perpetuate that with somebody that you start the conversation by saying, we know that you're a puppet for Clark's government. And this guy somehow convinces you to say this stuff. Come on, John. I mean, you can have John show his ass. I don't mind that. John is absolutely not infallible. He has made several mistakes. I have been with him on most of his mistakes. I stood by him whenever he had Morden in there and was not giving him due process. And I was with him. I'm like, yep, that's Anna. That's his wife. He's going to act that way. And I took a little flack for it. But friends, with this one, okay, put it like this. That instance where John really went against the rules, and I recognize that completely. I agreed with John during that process with Morden because I didn't agree with him as much as I understood what he was doing. It was his wife. You can have a specific set of circumstances that you would adhere to in a non-emotional state. When you add passion and raw emotion to something, you're going to act differently. And that's what John did. John's a rule follower until something like that happens. in this instance, I think this really does a number on the character of John Sheridan. One, it shows his ass. And again, I don't mind that. I don't mind weakness being shown. I really don't. In fact, I think characters are stronger for that, ironically, when they show a weakness because they become more realistic. You're like, oh, okay, well, you know, they're awesome at all these things, but they suck at this, you know, they're very poor at this. And I guess you could say that's what they were doing with John. You know, he's just not good at this type of, you know, public speaking. Well, he's all right at public speaking, but like political give and take, making sure that you're represented correctly, the media, you know, coaching communication skills, that type of stuff. This was a 100% across the board failure. He should have, as soon as Zach caught those guys, the only footage they would have had was Zach shooting open their stuff as they tried to sneak in. That's it, because they would have turned them right around, put them back on their ship. Peace, see you later. Because you cannot trust this group. You cannot trust it. We talked about that. What I'm saying is you had John trust them. John's, well, buying into, well, you want to have, I can't tell the whole truth, but I'll be able to tell enough of it. Isn't enough of it better than what the guy said? Dan said, isn't enough of the truth better than no truth? Well, that statement in and of itself was warning. I'm not going to tell the truth in this. Don't you want to add a couple truthful statements? No, dude. If you're going to flavor them with lies and falsehoods you've just admitted that you're going to do, I would like maybe just to give you the finger and leave. You know what I mean? It's just unreal. It's just unreal that they had John DeLynn. DeLynn, of all people, should have been like, I'm not talking to him. There is no way I'm talking to the press again. Oh my God. I just don't get it. I mean, they set everybody up. You had Michael come in and basically send the final torpedo broadside into Babylon 5 and John Sheridan. And I'm not 100% convinced that Mike wasn't told to do that type of stuff. We'll say. And I'm conflicted on that too, whether or not Michael is kind of like in there to be sort of like an insurgent voice, or he was kind of programmed to say these things about John. I actually think that's the way he feels about John. You know, maybe not to that extreme, but I don't think he's ever trusted John. I don't think he particularly likes John. I think they got along all right, you know what I mean? But I think it's the other way too. I don't think John likes Mike. I think that he doesn't necessarily trust Mike. I don't think that he obviously didn't confide in Mike. If anything, he kept Mike purposefully out of the loop as much as he could, even before his abduction. I think that this episode proved one thing, and it made John look far weaker than they needed to look. They needed to neuter him a bit. He was riding a high, everybody. Just beat the Shadow and the Vorlon, and you have this come in here with the revelation that his family farm was burned down. It was a sucker punch, and John walked into it. He walked into it blindly and took the hit. Friends, that's not Starkiller for us. And if it is, he's far weaker in this field than what I originally thought. And maybe that's the revelation we're supposed to take out of this. Either way, friends, what a frustrating episode. If you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel and allows me to alert you next time it's time to watch Babylon 5 or any of our sci-fi fare. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. If you're not a fan of Patreon, consider YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes at least a day early. But all that was then, and this is now, my friends, and now, unfortunately, it's time to say goodbye. Well, fortunate in this situation, since we just suffered through a hatchet job by ISN. But we are the Greek chorus, my friends, and our job, as always, good, bad, or indifferent, is to spread the tale that is JMS's masterpiece to the stars, so people that haven't seen it, we can say to them, hey, you really need to see Babylon 5. Just maybe don't blame us for season 4, episode 8. But friends, as our reward for being the Greek chorus, somebody that helps spread the tale, we get to jump back into it at a favored scene and say goodbye from there. Friends, there's nowhere where I'd want us to be a part of the non-sensory horse ass that went on with this one. So I'm going to put us in a conversation that we didn't see. The conversation between Dan Randall and Susan Ivanova. And this is where Susan threatens to throw him out an airlock. Because, friends, we're not going to really do it. It's not The Expanse. As much as I'd like Dan to go take a little bit of a float, We're not like that. This is Babylon 5. We are the army of the light. And though this guy can say whatever he can say, we can do whatever we need to do to make sure that we contain our integrity and stand with the straightest of backs with honor and honesty. Except for this moment where we, who have just watched this episode, agree with Susan that he should go out the airlock. And it is only in that tongue-in-cheek moment that we have to look at one another and see who is really telling the truth and who is lying. Until such time as we can continue this great show, old friends, Vulcan roll, and I'll see you.